Blast away fat, unlocking the keys to weight loss. So welcome. Please let me know where you're coming from. Before I get started, I have a couple free offers I want to share with you. One thing I have found, if you want to burn fat or just go to the next level with your physique, accountability to a coach, not just a friend or a family member, but a coach, someone that can really hold you accountable to your own self-imposed standards that you really, really want. And that's what I feel like I can do for you. So if you're interested in finding out about how my coaching works, and you're interested in not just getting information, but you would like me to hold you accountable to achieve the goals that you have been wanting to achieve, please reach out to me. Send me a message. My information is right on the inside the description somewhere. 520-400-9573. Just send me a message me the word fit, send me a smoke signal, whatever you have to do. Let's get together, set up a complimentary consultation where we can get to know each other a little bit. I can find out more about your goals, and we can do a deep dive into what we can do to get you to the next level. In the meantime, if you're watching this and you just want to get some more information, some free information, you can go to this website right here. It's the long name is weightlosssolutionsThatWork.com, weightlosssolutionsThatWork.com. I have a shorter address, fit.fitness. Just like it sounds, go to your browser, type in fit.fitness, fitness, and you should land right here. And I have I have a 7-day free program and a 21-day free program. All you have to do is enter in your email and you'll receive them both. And they're separate and you can do them at the same time. The 7-day free program is basically text driven. So you open it up and you'll read everything in the text. The 21-day fitness program it's video based. So you'll open it, you'll click the video. It's a YouTube video, and you'll watch the lesson. It's probably a 10-15 minute lesson. So, all right. So I hope something will interest you there. Now, let's talk about ways to blast fat. And one thing that really motivated me for today, and this may not be your case, but in the country that I live in the USA, we really have a problem with obesity and diabetes. But at the time I was really researching diabetes and things about that. But one of the big things that they say, if you have diabetes, is if you have diabetes and you're obese, if you can change to not being obese, that's one of the risk factors is obesity. But in America, about 38.4 million people have diabetes. That's about 11%. And in the whole globe, it's about 537 million people. That's about 1 in every 10 people. They're not just overweight, they actually have diabetes, right? So what can we do about that? Well, we can get lean. And that's an area that's been a specialty for me my whole life, is being lean, and bodybuilding is my background, and I've just helped a lot of people. I'm gonna do a volume check. I've just helped a lot of people with that. It's just my specialty, and I love to help you if that's something. There you go. I got volume. Just want to make sure. So with that being said, imagine for a moment that let's do a little goal setting exercise. I'll leave you with this. It's a little goal setting exercise. This is something that can benefit you right now on the spot, right? So if you could wave a realistic magic wand and you could have your body, your health, and your energy any kind of way you wanted it to be in the next year or so, and you could just wave that magic wand and you could have that body any kind of way you wanted, what would that be like for you? Think about that. What would it be like if you get clear and specific, right? Get really clear and specific. Dial that in, right? Get it dialed in, right? Think about what you want. Then this is what I teach my clients. I'm going to share with you right now. You may want to write it down. I'm going to get some visuals in the future, have better visual presentation here. But there's basically five fundamentals that I teach with fitness. And just like my mentor said, in any big area of life, whether it's faith, family, finance, fitness, there's really only about a half a dozen things that really matters if you follow the principles within those things. with fitness, I feel like it's really about 5 things. It's exercising, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. I'm just going to cover them a little bit briefly with you right now. And if you have any questions, just let me know or jot them in the chat. I'm watching the chat from YouTube, but if you're on any other thing than YouTube, I can't see it. But I can go back and I'll check it later if you're on one of the other social media platforms. So with training, the exercise, generally I encourage a combination of strength training and cardiovascular training. So imagine for a minute if you had a twin engine airplane and you had 2 engines on the airplane, strength training and cardiovascular training. Now imagine if you're flying along and you only have 1 engine flying on the airplane, just cardio, for example. What would it be like? It wouldn't be as efficient. The plane wouldn't be flying efficiently as if you had both engines going on the airplane. Strength training and cardiovascular training if you want to optimize exercise, I believe. That's just the basics. Number 2 is nutrition. Imagine for a moment the physique, the body that you want to build. Imagine that you want to build a 2-story house from scratch, a brand new house. You want to build it from scratch. Imagine that you only have half the materials necessary to build the house. How far are we going to get? About halfway, right? So if you only have half the materials necessary to build the house, it's going to be hard to build that house. Now, most bodies that I've talked to that want to go to the next level, they want to build muscle and they want to burn fat. But we need the right amount of materials, the right amount of nutrition to accomplish that. I recommend basically a whole food, plant-based diet. Now, I encourage you to consider watching these 2 documentaries, The Game Changers, THE, Game Changers. It's on Netflix, even on YouTube, The Game Changers, and Forks Over Knives. Just like it sounds, Forks Over Knives. If you'll watch those 2 documentaries, I'd love to get your feedback on it. I believe it'll take your understanding to the next level, right? All right. So we have training, nutrition, and then also too, one more thing on nutrition that's even a side note, it's more than a side note, but it affects more than your health. Our nutrition, when you do a deep dive into nutrition, our nutrition affects our health. I believe it affects our environment and the animals. So there's basically 3 different things to consider. And when you deep dive into it more, I feel like you'll learn that as you go. And I'd love to get your take back on that. So we talked about exercise, nutrition, recovery. Over the last several years, I've had the honor of training 3 different neurologists, one a neuroradiologist, and they have all said that their sleep studies recommend 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night for optimal recovery. You can argue that if you want, but that's the research I'm going with, and I go with that. Supplementation. Now, there's I basically categorize supplements into 2 basic categories: nutritional supplementation and enhancement performance supplementation. A nutritional supplementation is more like a protein shake, right? Now, but an enhancement performance supplement can be more like something that just enhances performance, but it's not a nutrition, like creatine. And even now, prescription medications, I feel like fall in that category. So we talked about training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and last but not least is the mindset. That mindset is so important. So earlier in the call, I had you consider writing out or thinking about your goal. I encourage you to write it down, consider writing it down. So if you have one thing about the mindset, I want you to consider locking in your goals so we can use your mindset. So know what your goal is, okay? Then consider wrapping it up in this phrase. It's something you can say. I'll give you a tool right now that you can use and say in your everyday life if you choose to apply it. It's an affirmation / prayer. So it's however you want to call it. Here it goes. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then say your goal. So my goal is to gain muscle. I want to be 185 pounds, 7% body fat. I am happy and grateful now that I am 185 pounds, 7% body fat. And then you can go on and say more things about it. I'm happy and grateful now that I am 185 pounds, 7% body fat, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard, thick brown hair, 20/20 vision, perfect teeth, supple skin. So you can just kind of go on and create your own, what you're wanting to attract in your life, right? But it's the mindset, right? What you're doing in this case is we're saying I am, which is putting you in the present tense. I am happy and grateful now, present tense, your goal. So you're kind of tricking your mind, for lack of a better word, that you are currently what is your goal that you're setting out to accomplish. Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat if you're open to it. If that does make sense. If you don't, you can put a question mark. I'll try to explain it again later. All right, so we talked about training, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. So I'm going to wrap it up with that. And last but not least, mindset. I feel like if you've been struggling on your journey, you've been trying to get to the next level, you've been trying to lose fat, you've been trying to, just get to the next level, but hadn't really been able to do it, consider reaching out to me for a complimentary call so I can share with you how my coaching works, because I feel like accountability is what's really helped a lot of my clients become successful. And I'm a good person to hold you accountable to your goals. You don't want a friend or a loved one to hold you accountable. They don't want to nag you and be on you like that. You want someone that's a professional, someone that does it for a living. They can hold you accountable. Every week we meet on the phone. We go over your goals. And just like right in here, these are some of the things. If you were to get coaching with me, these are some of the things we would cover. We go over your weekly tracking, your diet and nutrition. We talk about your exercise program. We review your emotional and well-being. We review your challenges and obstacles. We continue to make goals and adjustments. I'm going to be your support, and I'll offer resources. And of course, we're going to celebrate achievements. I'm going to hold you accountable and give you feedback, and we'll make adjustments. And you can address any questions or concerns. This is some of the benefits of my weekly coaching, right? So something to consider if you're interested in finding out more about that. Just send me a message through whatever text or whatever platform you can. And let's set up a complimentary time where we can just talk and get to know each other. And I can do a deep dive into your history and share with you how I can assist you on your path. All right, that's it for now. Appreciate your time and your energy. If you have any questions on anything, please let me know. And don't forget about my 7-day free program and the 21-day free program if you haven't received it yet. And I'll be back. Bye for now.